Hey guys, I'm Weston with Tussey Landscaping, and today I'm going to show you how to take care of your new pondless water feature. So obviously you're excited about having this waterfall in your backyard. You have the sound of water, but you're probably also wondering, how does it work? What are all the different pieces? What do you need to know about? What do you need to do to take care of it? It's very easy, but I'll just show you all the components that are what make a pondless waterfall work, how to take care of them, what you need to do with them, and what you can just have us do if you prefer to not touch your water feature at all. To begin with, a pondless water feature is simply a waterfall in a stream with no pond at the bottom. Instead of a pond at the bottom, there's a large underground basin that holds the water. Then there's a snorkel, and in that snorkel is where the pump and all the different components are housed. This is what it looks like. So this is a snorkel. It is about 30 inches deep. The pump is at the bottom of this. So I'm going to shut the pump off so that I can pull it out and show you what it looks like and how it works. Alright, so I just shut this thing off so I can pull the pump and show you what all the different pieces look like. First of all, until that water stops running, this is a fake rock that we put over top of it's a fiberglass fake rock, and it hides these components. So the main components of your pondless waterfall are your pump, your autofill, your dosing system, and your ion gen. So I'm going to start with the pump. This is just a simple little union valve that you can undo by hand. And then that just pops out and you can pull your pump right out. This is the pump. Basically it just sucks water through this filter on the end, pumps it up through here, and in the winter time, if you want to winterize your water feature, you'll want to pull this out, store the pump in a bucket of water, and just put the lid back on. And then in springtime you can just drop that pump right back in, connect it up, and it's as easy as that. There, you're done. The next thing is the autofill valve. This is a little poly line. So pondless water features can lose up to 1% of their water flow a day. So if the flow of this pondless waterfall is 5,000 gallons an hour, that means it could lose up to 50 gallons of water in a day due to evaporation. So this is how we combat that, so it's not a pain for you. So this is what this autofill looks like. It's fed by this little 1/4-inch poly line. And in the wintertime, you want to unhook that poly line from your faucet. This you don't have to touch. Then down at the bottom of this pipe is this little fitting. I got one because it's difficult to see down there in the bottom because it's full of water. But it's basically a float. If this thing drops, if the water level drops low enough that the float drops, it opens up this valve and it replenishes the water. As the water fills back up, this thing just rises with the water level and it shuts the valve back off. So it's just a simple little float. So that's your pump. This is your autofill. Next you have your ion gen. That's this thing. You can see it's reading 0 right now because it's not in the water. If I drop it in the water, it drops up to whatever setting that you had it set at, which it's 4 right now. So what this thing does, it's a copper probe. It generates ions that it disperses into the water, and the algae consumes those ions and it kills it. So it's basically an algae killer. Drop that thing in there. We recommend a maintenance dose of 2 to 4, and if you're having issues with algae, you can bump it up to 10, but don't leave it on 10. That's not a good idea. You want to basically run this thing at the lowest setting that you can and still have no algae. It runs from 0 through 10. That's what the parameters are. So that's a simple little thing there. And this is your dosing system. What this is, basically works like an IV bag, like an IV drip, and it puts bacteria into your water feature. This one is called clean, and it's pretty much empty, but there's a little pump on the bottom there, and that thing pumps this solution into the water through this little pipe. That thing runs out of here and into there, and so it just works like a constant drip, like an IV bag. It's the best thing out there to keep your water crystal clear. So the ion gen and the dosing system are for water quality, clear water and no algae. The pump is to pump the water. This is the little poly hose that comes in from the dosing system that just drips that solution into the water. And this is your autofill. And that's pretty much it. And then to cover everything up, we just put this lid back over it. We cover that with gravel. And then this little thing here is so you can open it up and look in there to check water level if you wish without taking the whole lid off. So it makes it nice. Then we cover these plastic things up with this fake rock. You just have a perfect natural looking basin. So I'm going to turn that pump back on and we'll get that thing running again. So that's it. They're really simple. As far as from an ongoing taking care of your pondless waterfall perspective, I just showed you all the moving parts. That is what makes the thing work. The only thing you really need to do from an ongoing perspective is in the fall time, sometimes leaves can build up down here. And when leaves build up down here, see what the water does is it comes down here, then filters down through the gravel into the basin, and if there's too many leaves here, it'll actually like build that water up until it runs out all over the place. So most systems don't ever have that issue, but you just want to make sure that this area is clear of debris. You don't want it full of leaves and junk so that the water can get down through the system into the pump. That's really it. Of course, it's always fun to get aquatic plants. That's what softens the water feature, makes it look more natural, make the cattails and the bulrushes and the flowering aquatic plants just kind of soften all the rock. That's pretty much it. So that's how your new pondless waterfall works. Enjoy it. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. We'll get back to you. And as always, if you like this content, subscribe to our channel. We love putting out new projects for you to see. Until next time.